Good morning, wonderful listeners. Sandy here with another Power Pop. I was talking with a client last week who was really stuck in his business. He wanted to move ahead. He wanted to grow and make more money and help more clients, but he was afraid to move ahead. He said he knew all the steps he needed to take. He had a plan all lined out, but his thoughts were about, what if I fail? What if I offend people? What if I drive away the clients I have? And because of that, he was staying stuck, not making any changes or taking any action, and was really frustrated and struggling. And it got me thinking about how we make choices. Are they based on hopes or fears? Obviously, with my client, he was so filled with fear that his decision was to stay stuck, and that made him miserable, so he was in a no-win place. He was letting his fears run his life. Life is a series of choices, and each one is a fork in the road that leads to a new set of opportunities or challenges. Are you making your choices based on your hopes and desires that drive you forward, or your fears that hold you back? Both of these ways of operating have the power to influence your life in profound ways. And understanding the distinction between the two can help you navigate the complexities of making powerful decisions. When your choices are driven by fear, you are playing it safe. Fear is a natural part of being human and can serve as a protective mechanism that keeps you from making really reckless, stupid choices. However, when fear dominates your decision-making process, it can lead to avoidance of risk and an unwillingness to step outside of your comfort zone. There are some rewards of fear-based decision-making. One of those is that you feel safe. You're cozy in your comfort zone and don't have to worry about scary things happening or getting worse. The people who value stability and safety and comfort often make fear-based decisions. Also, when you're motivated by fear, you might tend to conserve your resources, whether that's time or energy or money. And this can lead to more careful, calculated decision-making that minimizes waste and maximizes what you already have. The consequences are several. First of all, you are stuck. If you're constantly avoiding risk, you may miss out on opportunities for growth, for learning, and improvement. Over time, fear-driven decisions can lead to a life of routine and predictability, which may feel comfortable but ultimately unsatisfying and kind of like being in a cage. Also, a life led by fear can lead to regret, as you may find yourself wondering, what if? Like with my client, he has been thinking, what if I'd just taken this step 2 years ago? Where would my business be now? What if I'd taken the other fork in the road? These unmade choices can lead to resentment toward yourself and your circumstances. And also, when you make fear-based choices, you miss a lot of potential. They can prevent you from moving ahead, improving, growing, and becoming the best person you can be. Fear can inhibit your creativity and the boldness needed to take on new projects or build meaningful relationships. 4 years ago, Shannon and I were talking about doing a podcast. I had a lot of fear around that because I didn't know anything at all about working with microphones or being on air. Fortunately, Shannon did know all those things because she had had a career in television, so she walked me through it, and I had to trust her to guide me and make sure we could create a podcast that would be helpful. I had to look past my fear to the potential of what we could do together to support and empower all of you. I have to admit that in the beginning, that was pretty scary, but I decided that my fear was not as important as the success we would have and the people we'd be able to reach if I overcame my fear and moved ahead. What I created was hope. And when you make a decision rooted in hope, you're guided by a sense of possibility. Hope is a powerful motivator. It propels you towards positive outcomes and allows you to achieve what you believe is possible, even when the odds are stacked against you. For all of you, whether it's choosing a career path, starting a new relationship, or pursuing a creative venture, hope allows you to envision a better future, and then you are inspired to take the necessary risks to make it a reality. There are many rewards of hopeful choices. Hope fosters growth. When you make decisions based on hope, you are often more open to new experiences and more willing to take risks and more likely to innovate. You believe in your capacity to learn and adapt, which leads to progress and personal development. When you move ahead with hope, it often brings a lot of fulfillment. You can be proud of yourself. you can grow your self-esteem because you have faced a fear and moved ahead. And hope provides emotional strength in the face of adversity. When setbacks occur, if you are hopeful, it will keep you focused on the possibilities ahead, fostering resilience and the determination to push forward rather than give up and stop. It's important to be realistic and realize that not every hopeful decision will turn out the way you want it to, because the future is uncertain and sometimes things just don't come together. While that disappointment can be painful, it can also be an opportunity for learning and refocusing, which will allow you to make better decisions next time. So the ideal is to strike a balance. It's easy to see why both hope and fear have their benefits and pitfalls, but in reality, your choices often reflect a mixture of both. While hope can propel you forward, fear can ground you in reality. The key is finding a balance between the two forces, a calculated approach to help you make decisions that reflect both your aspirations and your capacity to handle challenges ahead. One strategy is to acknowledge your fears without letting them control your actions. For example, if you're considering a career change, you might fear failure, but acknowledging that fear, while still moving forward with a well-thought-out plan, can lead you to greater success than avoiding the change altogether. Similarly, cultivating realistic hope by setting achievable goals and staying mindful of the risks can help you keep grounded while still aiming for bigger and better things. So the bottom line is the choices you make reveal not only where you want to go, but how you see the world. Do you make decisions from a place of optimism, or do you act out of fear? Neither approach is always good or bad. What matters most is your awareness. By understanding how hope and fear influence your decisions, you can make more intentional choices that align with your true desires and values, which will lead to a richer, more meaningful life. As you navigate your personal journey, I hope you strive to embrace hope while weighing and respecting your fears, not allowing either to dictate the course, but using both to guide you toward the future you deserve. Thank you again for joining me on this fun podcast journey. I hope you have a wonderful week. As you move through it, please remember to claim your power and create your perfect life.